It's Kambada, the shaman, the god, the crack baby. And right now you're tuned in to Kofi's Universe, the #1 and most truest source for hip hop news, reaction videos, sports, black culture, and much, much more. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button now. Bada.
Man, it's more than just me that's looking for the music, bro. You gotta give the people something, like drop a single.
I got it. It's just in due time. I think what's great is that we get to a position where we comfortable. I understand you do gotta put out music, you gotta stay relevant and all of these things, but I'm in a good space where I don't have to like rush myself, or I don't have to me it's still making art. And I had to get some business right. It took me like a year and a half, close to 2 years to get my business right. We in that position.
Is that the difference
shouldn't even
between
be putting out music if your business not right.
So is that the difference between independent and dealing with a major?
Yeah, I'm still on a major. I'm still on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is that the difference? Like, sometimes does that hold up your music from being on a major?
Nah, I was in a deal from when I signed a deal in '99 or something like that. So I was in a deal that was just an old deal. So now we in 2025. We have to, or in that time we was in 20 whatever. But we gotta make the deal to what's going on today.
That's right.
Well, like I can't really play ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I said that too because we in a position where we even if I'm good, I gotta make sure I got children, I got kids, I got, you know what I mean, little ones that I want to leave shit to. So I gotta make sure the business is right. I want my kids to eat off it, not my record exec or my CEO's kids or my owner. You know what I'm saying?
YouTube salute. So Fabolous was on Jim Jones' podcast, Artist to Artist, talking about why he hasn't released a project, and everybody's been anticipating a project from Fabolous. Come on, homie, bless us, but we understand why. And if you don't understand why, I'm going to talk about it. If you're new to my channel, thumbs up the video, hit that sub button, click that bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. Damn, I didn't know Fabolous was locked in from his 1999 deal. That's an old ass deal. He's still locked into that deal. I'm surprised he didn't get that restructured, or when he signed his contract the first time, why he probably didn't do like a 10-year deal. I'm curious to know what type of deal did he do. That's like a slave keeper deal, like for real. But anyway, he said that, you know, the reason why he ain't released no music is because he was trying to restructure his business and with the contract, which is cool. You know, a lot of times fans, we want the music. We don't care about the business. We don't care about what's going on with your family. We don't care nothing about you. We just care about give us music. We're greedy. And I ain't gonna lie about that, because I'd be like, damn, what's going on? But we don't know the ins and outs of everything. We're not behind, you know, the table or at the table when you're negotiating a new deal, how to actually have a rollout for your album or whatever's going on. So we don't know that. But at the same time, I do respect what he said. I want my kids to eat off it. And he's right. You want your children to benefit from everything you do. That's generational wealth. You know, he tired of these executive producers and these CEOs' children eating off his deal. You know, like that slave labor shit gotta go. You know, it's just like working for a job. No disrespect. I ain't knocking nobody that has a 9 to 5. But at the end of the day, who benefits? The CEO of that company, his children, his children's children. They gonna benefit from that. You know, being an entrepreneur is one of the best things you can do. Yes, it takes time, but it's one of the best things you can do. Just like a CEO became the entrepreneur, he had to do what he had to do to feed his family and to put himself in a position to have um, a legacy of wealth, a legacy of businesses, a legacy of fortune. Everybody's not thinking like that. You know, as a MC rapper, when you're stepping into the game, you just want some money, you want a chain, you want a house, you want to floss, women. This is the average MC, average rapper. You're not thinking long term. You know what I'm saying? You should be thinking long term. You should be thinking about having your own label. That should be the goal, is to have your own label. You know, look at Tupac. When he had the Machiavelli Records, may he rise in power, but he was already thinking after Death Row, because Machiavelli was, I think that was the part of the 3 album deal. And he was everything was going to be released on Machiavelli record label. Like he was going to release the Outlaw Project, the solo albums from the Outlaws, his solo albums over there. So he was already thinking long term. You got to think long term, man. I mean, look at Nipsey Hussle, man. He rise in power. Nipsey Hussle had his record label. You know what I'm saying? All Money In. He had a distribution deal with Rock Nation, but he made sure he took care of what he had to do for him. Like, yeah, y'all can distribute my album, but at the same time, I want to own my masters. You got to think like that. You got to be thinking about the bigger picture. So, as far as music wise, let's talk about the music. So, I know A-Rap Music said Fabolous had 2 albums in the vault, and that was last year around this time. We ain't heard nothing yet. Maybe those albums still can come out or not. I want to hear another mixtape series like the Soul Tape. That's my favorite series from Fabolous. Summertime shootouts. Like part 2 was cool. Don't get me wrong. I could bump part 2. You know what I'm saying? When I'm driving, don't get me wrong. But part 1 was dope. It was all right. But the Soul Tape, that's my favorite one by far. That's my favorite one. Um, There's No Competition. That series was dope. It was dope. But no, Soul Tape is my favorite. I want to hear another Soul Tape series. Not to say he needs to do a part 4, but give us something, man, that we can, eat off. The last time we heard a Fabolous solo album, probably about what, 2015? I like 2015. Like a solo project, not a mixtape. Not a mixtape project. I ain't talking about the Soul Tape or There's No Competition. Like when he did the album, what's the album? It's on the tip of my tongue. When he damn, I gotta pull it up. I'm sorry, y'all. But the last album I know the albums he did as far as with Jadakiss. That Jadakiss album. Oh, the Young OG Project. There we go. The Young OG Project. That was 2014. Damn, it was that young. But Freddie versus Jason Friday on M Street was 2017. They said they was gonna do a part 2. They said they was gonna do a part 2, but I don't know what happened. I don't know if Jadakiss schedule, his schedule, whatever. So in part, um, Friday on M Street Volume 1 was dope as hell to me. But we'll see what's gonna happen. I want to hear some stuff from Fabolous because Fabolous, man, he can rhyme his ass off. Punchline king, he can get at it. He'll be in his bag. He's on some features. He'll get on some features and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, though, I know he's financially taken care of. He's financially secure, so he didn't have to like, oh, I gotta put an album out. I gotta put an album out. Like, no, I can take my time. He's still touring, but he's still making his money overseas. And rappers anyway make more money touring than even sometimes putting out albums, unless you're just selling diamond. But let me know if y'all ready for another Fabolous album. Post your comments below. Poke smash Black Panther the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live.